Hit 'em up. We spoke about hit 'em up before, right? But it seems like when people talk about hit 'em up, they never bring up Faith and how she played a part in it. So with that being said, man, I want to focus
Yeah.
more on Faith when it
I
comes to
think
hit 'em up, man. Just break that down how she played a part in hit 'em up.
from what I recall, you understand, we actually did it was two hit 'em ups. We did one hit 'em up, and it was to that same beat that Biggie and them released it later called "Get Money." That original beat was the hit 'em up, the original hit 'em up, and Pac, somehow she heard it. I don't know. Most likely he had to do it purposely. Like he wanted her to go back and say, he probably was trying to stir something up. Let her go back and tell him they doing diss records against you. So she remembered the beat. The beat was from one of these old school '70s songs. She went back and told Biggie and them they did a song. They dissing y'all this and this and that. So Biggie took that beat and he did a song called "Take Money." Even though when he did the song, he wasn't dissing Pac straight up, unless it was subliminal messages. You know what I mean? So when they got back to Pac, that's when he said we're gonna do another hit 'em up. And that's when he started using take money. I mean, they had a song called Get Money, and that's when he started doing take money. You know what I mean? And like he took they hook, but he did a whole new hit 'em up, and he just went. The first hit 'em up wasn't like that. You know what I mean? It was a slower beat to that beat to the take money beat. You know what I mean? And then Pac just, he figured they played chess, and he came back and he tried to diss him back by saying take money.
Yeah, it was called Get Money, the Get Money remix.
Yes, yes. But the original hit 'em up was on the Get Money. It was on that joint, that sound. So she went back and told him, and they did a whole song from out with the song with the track. So Pop, he's like, man, we got to do another one. They took our beat. She must have went back and said something to him, and then that's when he did the other hit 'em up.
But the funny thing about that is she said numerous times in interviews that when she went to LA and when she was hanging around Tupac and when she was recording with him in the studio, she had no idea that he was on death row. She said she found out that he was on death row when she got the can in and she seen corrupting everybody around.
Everybody knew he was on death row because even before it was on every major outlet that he signed. He got bailed out by Suge Knight. You understand? Everybody knew he was on death row. That was like the major news for hip hop. Tupac signing to Death Row Records. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now that don't make sense at all, because everybody knew he was signing to Death Row. It went viral back then. The news outlets, everybody was talking about it.
I want to backtrack to Hit 'em Up, right? Tupac, he actually dissed Jay-Z on Hit 'em Up, and it's actually on YouTube. Did you know about that, yo?
He dissed Jay-Z on a lot of tracks. He definitely was going after Jay-Z because, Pac was the type of person that he was he paid attention to what East Coast rappers was doing. And I mentioned that before that it was a video with Jay-Z and Biggie was in it. And they was like, yeah, the West Coast, we're going to get a lot of money out there. Like something like they was gambling or something. Just like, oh, it landed on the West Coast. Yeah, they got a lot of money. We need to take some of that. So Pac was looking at it like they all taking shots at the West Coast. So he felt like, and that's probably the only time Biggie said something slick. If Faith had twins, she would have Tupac. And it was on the Jay-Z track. You know what I mean? So Pac felt like Jay-Z was involving himself into the situation. Pac wasn't the type of person that woke up every day and said, I'm just gonna start dissing these rappers. He just was paying attention to what they was putting out. And like I said, New York rappers was very subliminal. And he, coming from New York, Pac born and raised in New York, he understood both coasts. So he felt like Jay-Z was taking shots or allowing Biggie to take shots on his track. That's how he started dissing Jay-Z, you know?